How many Afghan refugees are you housing here?
We have 19 here at St. Paul's, a family of 10 and a family of 9. And then the Unitarian Church down the road is now housing a family of 11.
In a state where a desperate need for affordable housing already exists, finding homes for refugees is at best an arduous task. Communities like Newburyport have stepped in to help in the interim and likely the long term. 40 Afghan refugees live in the coastal city, 2 families in a makeshift dorm at St. Paul's Episcopal Church.
We have a sort of long hallway of several rooms, which is obvious to me that that could be useful space.
We're concealing their faces. For many Afghan evacuees, now technically humanitarian parolees, there is a constant fear for family back home. A cruel twist of irony, their own safety making their loved ones new targets. Beyond the trauma, seemingly insurmountable challenges.
These arrivals in particular don't have any English, no job history, no credit history, no money, no resources, don't know anyone.
From clothing
Yes.
to English classes, the families here receiving lessons from volunteers every day, to job placement, education.
The school district has been amazing in just working to do everything they can to meet the needs of these students.
Despite all the help and government resources, there is no clear idea of how long these families have before they have to walk on their own.
We often forget too the fact that this wasn't their choice. They had homes and jobs and friends and family and lives, and they were removed from that, which was necessary for their safety. But we have a unique moral imperative to welcome them in any way we can.
In Jordan, 80% of folks...
That sentiment is Michael Nikinchuk's calling. He grew up in Topsfield, Massachusetts, but for the last several years he has lived in Jordan, helping Syrian refugees, some who crossed the border a decade ago, but remain in this makeshift camp.
The primary interest is getting anywhere where there can be a semblance of long-term peace, security, stability.
The Syrian conflict is heading into year 11. When Nikinchuk arrived in Jordan in 2012, he says there were about 20,000 Syrian refugees. As the violence raged on, so began one of the largest refugee crises in modern history. Half of Syria's pre-war population, more than 20 million people, have been displaced.
We started to see 1,000, 2,000, upwards of 3,500 people a day crossing the Jordanian border. It soon became home in about 2 years' time to 140,000 Syrians.
The Zaatari refugee camp is just 3 miles from the Syrian border, a small city where some 80,000 refugees still live. Despite all efforts to make the tents here feel like a home, residents remain in limbo. The reality, some may never get the chance to leave.
To go from being not that much different from me, a university graduate who is about to get married, all of a sudden to a refugee living in a tent with 10 years down the line, still no sense of what's going to happen in the next 6 months. As the tides of world's interests change, money dries up, jobs dry up, aid money shifts.
The problem, the Zaatari camp makes up only a small portion of the estimated 1.2 million Syrian refugees in Jordan. The country has no room to place them in more permanent housing.
There's always been a strong intention to continue to host people, to be a country that بيستضيف الكل, as they would say, that welcomes and hosts all. But at the same time, it can't come at the expense of domestic concerns.
But Nikinchuk's greatest concern is what we can't see, the trauma of war, of losing one's home, witnessing the horrors of humanity. Refugees have scars.
No one chooses to live through war. So if we're going to force people to live through war, they have a right to know what it might do to them.
Nikinchuk is working on behalf of Boston nonprofit Beyond Conflict. He spends his days immersed in the effects of the trauma, both understanding and helping refugees find autonomy and healing.
Being a refugee means losing choices. And that's the irony of trauma, right? What psychological trauma does to you in a very insidious way is it further takes choices from you.
In his work and publications, he seeks to fill a need that donations can't touch, the need to find joy in the midst of pain.
Things that shock the system, that you can't possibly understand how someone could be the same after that. And yet the resilience that you saw in people, the ability to laugh afterwards, to somehow make life, make safety, make hope.